Hello and welcome back to day 3 of the Royal Highland Show. There isn't a spare ticket to be had anywhere. To preview today, we're here with Head of Advancement of RHS, Mr. Ali Caulfield, and I guess Head of the Alpaca Stands, Annie. Ali, it's a sellout at the show today here on the Saturday. What does that mean for rural Scotland?
What it means is it's a wonderful showcase about everything that's on offer in rural Scotland. Best of Scottish land, agriculture, food and drink, and having so many people from across the world attend the show is just huge.
Absolutely, and we're in our 240th year, which you seem to be very much involved in those celebrations. But how has RHS's relationship with rural Scotland over that 240-year period shifted?
So for the last 240 years, RHS has been a mainstay in Scottish agriculture. We were set up in 240 years ago in the Tontine Tavern in Edinburgh, and the issues that brought everybody together back then are even more prevalent today.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And you're, as I said, at the heart of those celebrations. Is there any events that are coming with RHS 240?
So we've just finished our Hide and Sheep campaign, where we've hidden over 2,000 cuddly sheep around Scotland, which saw families up and down the country just go around.
Go a wee spin.
Yep, we spin. Go around to try and find small cuddly sheep, which was absolutely fantastic. And it's all about engaging young people in what farming is all about and the importance of the sector. We've got our harvest celebrations, which takes the countryside into the heart of Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Okay.
Last year we had a full combine harvester outside St Giles Cathedral. It's all about reconnecting. In Scotland at the minute there is that disconnect between food and farming. People don't know where their food comes from. So what we're trying to do is have a family-friendly approach, start them young and let them understand.
I think it's an amazing opportunity here at Highland Show to engage with our consumer. Absolutely. So for you, what's your highlight of the Saturday of the show?
Well, apart from playing with Annie today, I love everything about the show. We've got the Interbreed Championships, we've got the goats, we've got the chickens. I'm just on my way to do a prize giving with a nursery from the Isle of Bute, giving out the ribbons for the donkeys, and that's a beautiful story. They set up their own agricultural society, 30 kids, 4 and 5, that are here now to celebrate everything that's wonderful about Scottish agriculture.
Brilliant. No, young farmers are doing some great things lately, and that's from an islander myself. But thank you very much for your time, Ali. Thank you. We're now shifting on to the Heavy Horse Turnout 4s, which was filmed yesterday.
This has surely got to be one of the most spectacular sights at the show, watching these heavy horse turnouts come from one end of the show field to the other, into the main ring, here to be judged. Behind us, the heavy horse turnout teams of 4 are being judged in the main ring. It's slightly damp, but they're certainly keeping the spirits up this afternoon. Wonder if you can maybe give us a sense of what you're looking for when you're judging the heavy horse turnouts and how you come to the decision that you do.
I look for the whole package, which is a turnout of horses, men, vehicle, harness, which is in tip-top condition, and when they come into this arena they pull that vehicle as if there's no effort whatsoever. A team of 4 should be able to go around this ring, no effort whatsoever.
What you're telling us about what you're looking for, the way that they move, is just as important as the way they're turned out.
It is. Oh yes. It should be easy. So when a horse is showing problems, then I think to myself, everything isn't just right. So I'm looking for a turnout that goes sweetly and effortlessly.
and driven by
Ron, you were driving the heavy horse turnout team of 4 that won today from Golgar Services.
Yep.
Where are you from?
I'm based in Perth. Golgar is down just on the edge of Stirling.
How many hours does it take of preparation at home before coming here to get things ready?
We start getting ready for this show at the end of this show. You're always having to get a new horse in, just keep your team fresh. So with that side we start straight away. But for harness cleaning, it's about 4 or 5 hours a set of harness, and you know the dray takes 2 or 3 hours to clean. So it all adds up. Then you know we started this morning at 6 o'clock and feeding and mucking and getting them ready. So it's a long day.
Training's an all year round thing, and you know, how does it feel to see all that work come to fruition and win here today?
This is a pinnacle to our show and calendar, so to get a win here is always amazing. So that's what we do it for, you know, that's the buzz.
Several other parts in the north, the southwest of Scotland, the
I
Galloway.
think there will be some nervous beef farmers here this morning. Today really is like the cup final. Later on we'll be crowning our overall beef champion, but first it's time for the beef team's final.
We're here at the beef team interbreed judging, where we're about to see a spectacle of all the beef breeds on display. We've got the Charlies, the Limousines, Aberdeen Angus, Highland cattle about to enter in teams of 4 to be judged for the prestigious United Auctions trophy.
It's the judging of the United Auctions Beef Cattle Interbreed Award.
The beef interbreed at the Highland Show is very prestigious. It's representations from each of the breeds, 4 animals from each of the breeds, competing for the United Auctions trophy, and it's been in place for a few years. You need the best animals from each class representing their breed to try and attract the judges. The breed societies usually have an input into what animals come forward for the team of 4. Ideally, you need a bull, you need a cow, ideally with a calf, and 2 heifers. The people who are picking it would probably look at champions, reserve champions in the different classes. He'll be looking for confirmation, a line of big bull, cow, a bit smaller, females are meant to be a wee bit smaller, but walking on 4 good legs, good locomotion, able to carry the magnificent weights that they have, you know, going round the ring, but you know, bit of style, attractive, all these things he's looking for, but they are primarily beef animals, so he's looking for you know, a good representation of the beef cattle.
You should be a wee bit worked up. It's a big job, so yeah, absolutely pressured, but self-inflicted, and a job you wouldn't want to turn down. So fine place them here. Well, as in any team, be it a team of horses or a tug-of-war team, every element of the team has to contribute to the job, or else it's difficult to get any traction. You know, if you've got 3 good and 1 bad, well, you've got to look for an even team, and sometimes that means putting out someone good because the other animals don't match it up. So it's a balance you're looking for. I mean, every animal in here deserves a prize. This is the creme de la creme, so you're just looking for picking out small points now. Well, you've always a bias. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. It can be 10 cars or 10 women or whatever. Everybody has their own personal preference. So there is that, but you've got to try and put that to one side. You absolutely disappoint more people than you please, but that's the name of the game. You know, you just have to take that in the chin. And down the line a bit I might hear how well or how badly I did, but we'll see how it goes.
And the Belgian Blues for the now known as British. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Limited team are the recipients of the United Auctions Award. Once again, thank you.
means a lot. We've put a lot of effort in, a lot of work goes into it, and it's great to win it. We actually won it last year, and it's nice to come back. And the Limousin breed, well, they come in from France. They're the dominant beef breed in this country, and they're a terminal sire breed. So we're looking for size, shape, muscle. They've still got to be functionally sound as well, and just the complete package. Looking throughout the day, throughout the judging, you're kind of getting ideas of what's going to fit. There is certain selection criteria in the rule, so we've obviously got to fit in with that. And then it really depends what's here. You're looking for cattle that match, similar types, the right kind of size, and everybody has a different idea of what makes up a good team. We had our idea and we went with it, and obviously in this instance we were right.
Abel Wind is a renewable energy company founded in 1996. Our long-term partnerships with farmers and landowners are at the heart of what we do. At Abel Wind, we're delivering a clean energy future. If you have land that might be suitable for a wind farm, battery storage facility, or a solar farm, we would love to talk to you about how we could work together. Abel Wind. Renewables are our DNA.
Do you know a farmer, worker or business who is driving the agricultural industry forward? From Sheep Farm of the Year to Contractor of the Year, these awards are open to everyone championing our Scottish agriculture. Brought to you by AgriScot, the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society of Scotland and the Scottish Farmer, entries are open for the Scottish Agricultural Awards 2024. Culminating in an awards gala night, bringing together over 500 guests, this is a night not to be missed. For information on how to put forward entries into the awards, visit newsquestscotland.com/events/Agri-Awards. We need you to stand up and champion the amazing work and people in Scottish agriculture, and enter today.
Welcome back to RHS TV. It's not just Cup final day here for the beef breeders. We also have the best of sheep breeders going up for the Sheep Interbreed Championship.
The crowds are starting to assemble round the sheep rings as the competition is about to begin to find the best of the best, the Sheep Interbreed Champion. Will it be one of our featured breeds this week? The Dutch Spotted, the Blue Texel, maybe the Hebridean or the Shetland? Or it has been a big week for the Texels as they have celebrated their 50th anniversary. So maybe they'll top off a week of celebrations by taking the big title home.
Well, the pressure on a judge is always pressure there when you judge any class, but people like the interbreed judge today, Jimmy Warnock. Jimmy will have judged a lot of sheep in his life, a lot of different breeds.
If I told you all the experience I've had over the years, you'd think I was 150 years old. But in actual fact, I've had a lot of experience in judging from the length and breadth of Scotland, right down to the south of England. I've been across in France, in Sweden, and Switzerland, all judging, and I've been doing demonstrations.
Interbreed judges tend to be very experienced in a lot of breeds, and he'll know different breeds will have finer points. So it's not just about the sheep, it's the finer points within each breed.
You're quite right. It's very, very difficult because every breed has a particular attribute. And you've got to try and take that attribute, but also you've got to look at the breed, the sheep itself. It's got to look at me and say, I'm the one. And as I go down the line with the sheep both in the front and behind, I want the breeder and the holder of the animal to show off the animal to his best ability. And this is a combined effort. It's not just the sheep. The individual holding it has got to be on par with the sheep. So I'll be watching them all the way. And I just want to warn them all, you've got to be on the ball all the time, because I'll be looking back, looking forward, looking sideways.
All the breed champions should be good animals in their own right because they've been champions. But he'll be looking very much for character. If you look at an animal in the field, it's the one with the ears up that's looking at you and smiling almost. That's the one that stands there and says, it's me, I want to have this. And that's where Jimmy will be looking.
It's a top accolade. It's almost like winning the Euros in Germany. And you know, to come here and go away with the top accolade as the top sheep interbreed champion, that means an awful lot to you for the rest of your life. And you'll never forget that.
Once again, the judge is going to let them go so that he can have one look at them. They always look a lot better on the move. When they're on the run, you see the animals much more naturally than you do, especially things like blackies where they're used to running a hill. So I think we're down to the final few now. Jim is having a word with the steward. So they're just talking about how they're going to present these now. He's not asking their opinion. He's just talking about how they're going to put them forward. You know, what's the format? We think we know where he's going now. He's going to the Texels. Oh no, it's not. No, the Supreme Champion is the Blueface Leicester. Oh, congratulations. I will admit, if you'd asked me this morning for my pick, that was the one I would have gone for.
Congratulations, Jamie, on winning the sheep interbreed today. Can you tell us what this means for you?
It means the absolute world. You always dream about doing it when you're a wee boy. Growing up, you always wanted to get to the top, and you've done it now, so it's something you'll never forget the rest of your life. It's always something you'll talk about.
And what will this mean, you know, for your stock and your farming business going forward? You know,
it's always a good selling point when you go to sell stock offer. So it's always something you can say, and people seen her and knows what she's like. So a lot of people go on the mother side if they've got a good mother. So that's what we go on as well.
Last year I came in and said this was heaven in a tent. My God, nothing has changed. You ask me what to do with your life, maybe this is my calling. Maybe we should actually be serious for a second and head off and speak to Agnes Aitken, who's going to tell us a wee bit about the top picks here today. Hi there, Agnes.
Hello.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Agnes, we're here at the goat section of the Royal Highland Show. Are we happy with entries?
This year the goat section has had the most entries we've had for some time. I think it's actually in the region of 140 altogether, and of course they're split into dairy goats, boar goats and pygmy goats, but the majority of the entries are in the dairy goat section. So we've done really well.
Is the standard of entry we're seeing here today at a high level?
The quality is exceedingly high. The judge yesterday was making mention of how impressed he was with the general condition, the quality of the animal and how well they were presented by the exhibitors.
Do you think you could maybe take some time to show us around some of the top picks?
Certainly can. This goat here is the best in show yesterday, and the goat's name is Gilden Elma. She is a crossbreed goat. She did exceedingly well. The conformation is superb. The condition of her is outstanding. She had an excellent yield of milk, and she just has that je ne sais quoi that just draws the judge's eye to her. She's just basically perfection. This is Balmedi Ilex, and she won the best boar goat. She displays all the good characteristics of a meat animal. She's got good strong legs and limbs to carry her. She's a lovely head and nice ears, and when she walks she's got a nice smooth easy gait. The one at the back is the mother goat, and her name is Brockley Harmony, and she won the best pygmy. So she was born in 2016, so she's not a young goat, but she's keeping her shape and condition exceedingly well. She's a very attractive, pretty face when you look at her, and she's just generally a very well-balanced little goat.
I truly don't want to have to leave here today. As I said earlier, it really is heaven in a tent. You should head down to the goat section of the Highland Show. See you later.
Click Extra is valuable to our enterprise as it just gives us that long blowfly strike protection on our sheep for 19 weeks, and it gives us that peace of mind and welfare for the animals for that long period. By the sheep having the protection of Click Extra, it's helping the welfare of the animals, and if they haven't got any blowfly strike and get maggots, then they're a lot healthier and happier.
gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
Find Scottish enlightenment every day with the Scotsman. From fisheries to forestry, agriculture to rewilding, Scotland's rural sector impacts us all. Our coverage will enlighten your understanding of this vital sector.
Having grown up in the countryside, writing about this topic, it's not just a job, it's a passion.
Our team of specialists cover all aspects of Scottish life. Find your Scottish enlightenment. Join us in digital and in print today.
Earlier on in the show, we saw the sheep interbreed champion crowned. It's now time for all of the beef breeds, including your Highland, Hereford and Angus, to go head to head in the beef interbreed championship.
Here in the cattle rings, 2.5 days of judging has come down to the next 30 minutes, when one of these magnificent champions will be crowned overall interbreed champion at the Royal Highland Show.
Galloway, the Highlander, the Unified breeds are all champions. Then this time we are joined by the commercial cattle champion.
Norman, can you give us a sense of how important this competition is for beef farmers?
Very important. This is the pinnacle of the farmers' years of preparation to get their animals here to be awarded this prestigious trophy that they were competing for this morning. You go to sell progeny at the bull sales or cows at a later date, and you have an association of winning the beef overall, puts thousands onto the animal.
With so many breeds, what will the judge be taking into consideration in reaching his verdict?
He'll look for specific individual traits that each breed has: character, walking, locomotion, and a good representation of beef.
Excellent, well, the best of every breed, so it's difficult. You're looking at small points, you're looking at what makes a difference between the best of one breed and the best of another.
And how much of an honour is it for you to have judged the beef interbreed here?
It's a great honour. I would never have expected to be here, to be perfectly honest. I've been involved in the industry all my life, and I keep telling my friends I'll put it in my obituary when I won't hear it, but I judged at the Highland Show. No, it's a big thing for me, yeah, absolutely.
Pure breed, this is the British Blue. British Blue heifer. The object of the whole operation is producing crossbred cattle similar to what you see there just now.
No, it shows a really maternal beast. I thought she was a super example of the breed. If you wanted a cemental cow, I think that's the one you would be after. The limousine, the reserve was equally good, but more of a carcass animal maybe than a maternal beast. So that was my reasoning behind it.
I'm slightly biased. I liked the Charolais, but the limousine in my mind was a very, very good animal. But the Simmental cow and calf, couldn't go by her. It was a working unit, and she's doing the calf very well.
Congratulations on your win in the Interbreed Championship here today. Can you give us a few words on what this means to yourselves?
It's not quite sunk in yet because it's the quality of cattle here you don't expect to win, so we're over the moon.
Yeah, and how do you plan on celebrating your win?
We might have a few drinks tonight, we'll find some energy to celebrate and then we'll head up the road.
And what's the future hold for your cow and calf here?
She'll probably be out at the Scottish National in Turriff at the end of the summer, and then she's just going to get some time off and be a cow again.
I think we can all expect some pretty big celebrations in the Highland Hall later on tonight after the Interbreed. And as an SAYFC member, I'm no stranger to a good celebration. This is a time for everyone to come together. However, friendships will be put on hold for the much coveted tug-of-war competition later today.
Now that the major cattle competitions have been judged, the judging ring has been taken over by the Scottish Young Farmer Association. They are taking part in their annual tug-of-war competition. This competition is taken very seriously. Tug-of-war is a competition that has been running at the Highland Show for years through SAYFC. With two categories, we've got the male and female. So the male category started in 1981 and the females was in 1998. We've got 2 leagues in each half, and then the top 2 from each league will go through into a semi-final and then a final. So the top qualifiers from each of the regions are here today. So we've got teams from the length and breadth of the country, even as far north as Caithness. Our technique's a huge part of it. You'll notice today that when we're away in the men, they're all different weights, but it's not always the heaviest team and the strongest team that win. Specifically last year, the winner of the gents competition, they were 20 kilos lighter than their opposition in the final, but their technique and their fitness got them to the trophy. You can see here today that the tug-of-war competition brings in a massive crowd. It's one of the highlights of the Young Farmers calendar, especially here at the Highland Show. You know, the atmosphere around the ring here is fantastic, and when it gets down to those final pulls in the semi-final and the final, all that training comes down to this point and the crowd really get behind them, and the atmosphere in here is just amazing. So the winner of this competition today obviously get to take home the trophy, but they also get bragging rights over the rest of the competitors for the rest of the year. You know, everyone really wants to get their hands on that trophy. I have participated in tug-of-war, but I've never been good enough to get to the Highland Show. We're now ready for the finals of the men's and women's teams. It's the best of 3 pools wins.
We are the Highland Show champions!
We are bigger and we are the tug-of-war champions 2024. Hey!
Do you know a farmer, worker or business who is driving the agricultural industry forward? From Sheep Farm of the Year to Contractor of the Year, these awards are open to everyone championing our Scottish agriculture. Brought to you by AgriScot, the Royal Highland and Agricultural Society of Scotland and the Scottish Farmer, entries are open for the Scottish Agricultural Awards 2024. Culminating in an awards gala night, bringing together over 500 guests, this is a night not to be missed. For information on how to put forward entries into the awards, visit newsquestscotland.com/events/Agri-Awards. We need you to stand up and champion the amazing work and people in Scottish agriculture, and enter today.
Click Extra is valuable to our enterprise as it just gives us that long blowfly strike protection on our sheep for 19 weeks, and it gives us that peace of mind and welfare for the animals for that long period. By the sheep having the protection of Click Extra, it's helping the welfare of the animals, and if they haven't got any blowfly strike and get maggots, then they're a lot healthier and happier.
Abel Wind is a renewable energy company founded in 1996. Our long-term partnerships with farmers and landowners are at the heart of what we do. At Abel Wind, we're delivering a clean energy future. If you have land that might be suitable for a wind farm, battery storage facility, or a solar farm, we would love to talk to you about how we could work together. Abel Wind. Renewables are our DNA.
I'm Caroline Morton, previously farm here at Holbeath Farm in Dunfermline with my mother and father, Robin and Nancy Orr, and we have pedigree Aberdeen Angus's and pedigree Texel sheep. At the Highland Show this year, I'm lucky enough, my father and I have been asked to judge the overall young handlers on the Sunday of the show, so we're delighted to participate in the judging. And on top of that, this year we're actually also entering some Texel sheep and an Aberdeen Angus heifer. I do like getting heavily involved with the preparation of the animals and really having that sense of achievement when you produce an animal that you think is good enough to take to a competition, because the competition these days is very, very strong. So the preparation work and being there on the day and being in the ring with your fellow competitors, there's always that competitive edge, but you do always encourage each other to do well and get behind each other, and are really happy for whoever wins really at the end of the day. On the Sunday of the Highland Show, we've got the tough job of comparing beef, sheep, heavy horse and the dairy, and it will be really tough to pick in between the young handlers on the day. Each of them will have different attributes that they're wanting to show off for the animal in front of them, or in front of us, sorry. So it really is very fine details that we'll be looking at to try and pick them apart. They're coming in as a team. As I said, the young handler has to have that connection with the animal to make them really shine in the ring. So it's definitely a combination of both of them together.
What's your and your family's connection to the Royal Highland Society?
So I think it probably started with my late grandfather, who showed Clydesdales in the past at the Highland Show and has many medals in a drawer. We need to get them on display right enough, but my father, previous Leah has been very successful with the Friesians before showing the Holsteins as well, and I have loved being involved from the very beginning, doing the young handlers, skiving school to do the calf competition at the Highland Show as well. I also have been involved in the office as well, so after university I went and helped in the livestock office and absolutely loved it to pieces. Just the team that was in the office was fantastic, and you really got a sense of enjoyment meeting all the competitors and getting them there to the show. So yeah, lots of previous experience with the show, and now again getting the opportunity to show the animals and judge is great. So it is a really good opportunity for us to advertise what we have at our farm, especially when it's the livestock and the sheep. So there's lots of visitors from overseas, but there's also lots of visitors from within Scotland or the wider area of the UK that come to the show that are similar livestock breeders to ourselves, and it's a real opportunity to let them see what stock we've got available.
So how does the work overall of RHS support and develop and grow the agricultural industry?
I think it's that one-off spectacle for the whole year that everyone can come together and you'll get something from the show. So whether that's people that are producing food to take to the food hall, whether that's people with industry that have machinery to sell or new innovations, it's really there for a variety of people.
And how important is the charitable work that RHS does?
So I've seen some of the charity work done in the past, something, for example, local shows being awarded some funding to help them really get a boost and bring more public into them, because if they don't have the footfall at the show, then it's difficult for them to run it and get real small communities understanding what farming means. So I think it's really good that they are out supporting the kind of local farming communities to help them advertise what we can do, and that farmers are the good guys. Thank you very much for inviting us to judge the 2024 overall Young Handlers, and I would just like to say I wish the Royal Highland Society a fantastic show for their 240th year.
One of the major highlights of the Saturday here at the Royal Highland Show is taking a seat in the grandstand and watching the prize-winning horses and cattle in the main ring. I am here in the Grand Parade in the middle of the main ring at the Highland Show, where we're currently parading round all of the best animals from the weekend.
This is a harness groom and decoration class, and we won all 3 classes to become champion.
Congratulations.
My name's Sophie Robertson and I've got Dry Stale Martina today. 6-year-old mare, bred in Lockerbie by Mr. and Mrs. Carlisle, and I've had a phenomenal week.
Well, massive congratulations, and you've clearly got the rosettes to show for it.
My name's Mark Hartley. This is Pendle Sarsaparilla. Yeah, 2-year-old heifer, in-calf heifer. She's the champion of the breed, the British Blues.
Tell us how that felt when you were announced as champion.
Super, it's the first time we've won the Highland, so yeah, a really special day for us. Yeah, we've come a long way, we've come out to Lancashire.
Katie Jackson, bought my jersey Webcam Daisy.
And you've clearly done pretty well. Tell us how that felt.
Yeah, really good. It's our first show out, so yeah, it's really good to come home with a sash anyway.
Yeah, I'm Malcolm Pye from Redknock. We're Solaire breeders, and this little fellow is a 2-month-old calf, and his mother there, Oriana, was the champion Solaire.
So tell us how today's felt with that experience then.
Well, very exciting, great experience. It's a great honour to represent your breed at the Highland show.
Find Scottish enlightenment every day with the Scotsman. From fisheries to forestry, agriculture to rewilding, Scotland's rural sector impacts us all. Our coverage will enlighten your understanding of this vital sector.
Having grown up in the countryside, writing about this topic, it's not just a job, it's a passion.
Our team of specialists cover all aspects of Scottish life. Find your Scottish enlightenment. Join us in digital and in print today.
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
My name's Graham Hodgson. I manage and promote the forestry events arena at the Royal Highland Show. I'm involved in forestry. I've been involved in forestry since I was a young boy. grown up with it. My family history, we've got over 200 and something years between us all in forestry and woodland management. We've moved around a lot to where the work is, the timber. We're now based in southwest Scotland. RHS has been involved in trying to promote forestry in the forest industry since the 1990s, and we've got a long history of trying to promote woodland and woodland creation, and obviously the harvesting side, timber production, and the RHS has supported the industry with this arena, and hopefully in the future will continue to grow. The key messages this year, we're looking at, obviously we're moving forward with climate change and how to manage the woodland, which is one of the priority measures. We're also looking at renewable technology. We've got electric wood chippers here, we've got electric firewood processors. So we're trying to be environmentally sensitive. I think most foresters are. We've recycled them, the old poles, we've turned them into picnic benches. We're going to have a little area here for the children to come and have the lunch and things like that. We are trying to obviously use the timber. It's very valuable timber, it's very useful timber. I think if we had to invent, if we didn't have trees, we'd have to invent something, something similar. And we're trying to use the wood as a forester. We always try and use it the best way we can. I'd like this year to wish the Royal Highland Society a happy birthday on the 240th anniversary, and long may it continue.
The biggest prize at the Royal Highland Show in monetary terms is the Show Jumping Grand Prix, which attracts competitors from all over the UK and Ireland. This year, we've got a surprise competitor. Are you sure they won't know it's not a real horse?
The grandstand's packed here today as everyone wants to see some of the best show jumpers from Britain and Ireland competing for the £8,000 prize on offer at the Highland Show Grand Prix. So, Eamon, tell us a little bit about the competition today.
I mean, it's going to be big. It's 1.55 m, so it's certainly going to be a test of skill and ability. That means there's going to be a lot of trust needed between the partnerships that's coming forward. There's 20 of them, and it's a real stellar talent on the field.
So, who are the favourite riders for today?
I mean, you look down the list, you've got, I think, 6 young riders. There's 3 of those from Scotland. One of them, Fergal Houlihan, 17 years old, and he's really making his footprint in international show jumping. You go on down, we have a back-to-back national champion from Lincolnshire, Millfield Baloney and Adrian Spate. He took the title in 2022, 2023, and he's won loads here before in the past. You could go on to Annabelle Shields behind closed doors in 2021. She won the Grand Prix then. I think we had 2 former winners on the course coming up today, so it's going to be really interesting to see the dynamics of how that plays out.
We've got Paul Barker with Greengrass, who is a personal favourite of mine, the horse that is, not, well, Paul's nice too, but I like the horse. We've got a lot of good young riders here. We've got Fraser Reid, Rachel Proudley, they're very young. Fergal Houlihan as well, he's the Scottish rider. Very good young riders coming up.
After the first round, there are 10 riders that go through to the jump off against the clock. It's going to be fast and furious.
Now to the national champion, we turn our attention. First of those up final two with Judith Withams, Millfield Bologna. It is Adrian Spate.
Royal Highland Show. He is the national champion of Great Britain. You can give him a better welcome than that. Millfield Bologna, Adrian Spate.
He's in touch.
Can he? Yes, he can!
Well, congratulations, Adrian. How are you feeling?
Oh, great, fantastic. Yeah, we won it 3 times now, last 3 years. To win it once is great, fantastic second, but bloody amazing 3 times.
So, how long have you been riding this handsome chap?
5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah, he's 18, so I got him when he was 13, yeah.
And what does it mean to you to ride in front of this brilliant crowd here at the Highland Show?
One of the best crowds out. We've said it for years now. It's almost like a football match, isn't it? The crowd are fantastic. They get into it. It is a real good competition to win. Great one.
Well, I was about to ask. It's a good prize here. Does that mean a lot in such an expensive sport?
It definitely does. Yeah, we're lucky to have the sponsors for this competition, and it certainly helps. It goes a long way. Helps us keep the horses on the road and the wagons moving. Yeah.
And on that high jumping highlight, it's time to bring the curtain down in another day of coverage here at Ingliston. Join us again tomorrow for the final day of the Royal Highland Show. Bye for now.